Hello? Is this live again? Yeah, hello? Okay, I think we're live. So, the power went out. Just because. Good thing I have a UPS here that, my PC didn't just die because I have an emergency battery thing. But the internet did, so without the internet I can't stream. Now, as I was saying, let me maybe wait a bit for you guys to get back so you can listen to this, I guess. Either way, the story I was going to tell you is that I dragged myself out of bed, and was literally grabbing onto the walls just to try and go to the bathroom. And when I finally get there, after a ton of effort, it's like drifting between consciousness and almost falling asleep while standing up. I finally get to the toilet. I get ready to do my business. And then I wake up and I'm back in bed and I have to do this all over again. So it was so bad that I actually hallucinated myself going through the trouble of dragging myself out to go into bed, to go to the toilet, and then I wake up and I'm back in the original situation. It was crazy, and I guess I didn't really have a purpose or anything, but then I tried this 5 a.m. schedule because here's the thing. Oh, hey Doyle, that's fine. It's okay. Have a great night. And I decided to give it a try, and the reality is, it was the best day I had, probably, so far, because I woke up with energy, I woke up motivated. Yeah, I mean, Jesus Christ. I woke up motivated. I got up. I ate some scrambled eggs, which I make great scrambled eggs. Gordon Ramsay taught me. You should give it a try. It's really amazing. And then I exercised. I haven't exercised in a really long time. And even though in high school I was always running everywhere. I would go to school, I would run because I loved running. Going slow was kind of boring and I just ran. But the last few years, I barely ever ran because it would always feel uncomfortable. I would feel kind of sick. It would hurt and it was weird. But on Monday, I woke up at 5 a.m. I ate a few eggs. I exercised, not a lot because I'm kind of out of shape, but I exercised. And then for the last 2 hours or so, I listened to a few audiobooks. I listened to some Tom Ferry videos about, negotiations, presentation, how to be a good agent and all that, motivation and stuff. And all of this before anything else in the day had started. It was crazy. And then eventually, my wife and my child woke up. I was already up and running. I could help them do everything because I was already energized and all that. We actually, near our home, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to 1 minute walking, we have a water fountain, a public water fountain that everyone goes there to fill up their water containers to drink. That's what you do with water, right? And so I went there to get water. And I ran there because I felt like it. I was feeling so good that something that for years was incredibly uncomfortable, even though I liked it, I just did it and I felt great. And so I came back, I studied the market, I did a lot of things, and all this before most people in my country, were even awake. And it was crazy. I've been doing it since. A few days have been a bit trickier because I also have on Mondays and Wednesdays we have this course thing to one night that is actually with me there. That's where I met him. It's basically for us to be able to teach and help other people. Are you made of money, man? Wow. Jeez. Okay, that actually helps this month. Hopefully I won't need any help next month, but we'll see. And I did all that. I've been doing that since Monday, and as you can see, it's Saturday. I'm doing it as well now because it's going to give me a lot of free time. And so my schedule now is this. From Monday to Friday, I'm going to focus 100% on real estate. I'm going to be the best agent I can, learn as much as I can, help as many people as I can, as effectively as possible. And, you know, my free time will be near the end of the day when you know, after everything is done, you know, priorities and all that. And at the weekends, I'm also going to wake up at 5 a.m., but I'm going to use that time to work on my YouTube channel. Perhaps help you guys, perhaps create good content, you know, have it a bit more structured, because one of my problem as well is, just give me a second. Oh, I have it here already. One of my problems as well is that I felt like I never had time. Raise your hands if you ever felt like you never had enough time, right? You're lying if you don't. The great thing about doing this, waking up at 5 a.m., is that all that time is 100% yours. All that time is 100% yours. You wake up, you do all you want before anything else happens. And what's the other great advantage of this? Since you know that, I don't know, from 5 a.m. to 8 or from 5 to 7 or whatever it is that you start doing things, you know that time is yours. You can do it however you want. You can use it to motivate yourself, to get better, personal development, all of those things. And so instead of going to bed like, oh man, I had such a terrible day, I can't wait to get back in bed, roll over in my blankets and make myself a burrito and just escape from reality, and then you wake up like, oh geez, it's 7 a.m, I have to go to work, I have 15 minutes to get dressed, eat something maybe, and then go to work. So instead of going to bed and waking up being a bad experience, instead of it being something you dread, you're now legitimately excited to do it, because you know you're excited to go to bed first, because you know that when you wake up you're going to have all this time just for you, nobody to interrupt. There's life rarely ever will get at you at 5 a.m. between 5 and 7 or 5 and 8 or 5 and 9, whatever, because everyone else is asleep. Nobody can interrupt you. Nobody can unexpectedly call you to do something. How many times have you tried to, I don't know, work on a personal project, maybe read a book or this or that, and someone is always calling your name to do this, to do that, something breaks and you have to go clean it up, your dog shits on the carpet or whatever, you know, all of these things don't happen at 5 a.m. And the other advantage is, since you start your day with something you legitimately like... Oh, Jesus Christ, man, thank you. Okay, I won't give ownership to anyone, I guess, but that is a good start. Add a few zeros there and maybe we'll consider it. Just kidding. And, you know, that time, since you start making yourself better, the rest of the day you'll be high energy, high motivation, because you already did what you wanted to do on that time. Get what I mean? You already did everything you wanted to do, and so you're like, yes, I'm accomplished for today. I accomplished what I wanted to do before 8 a.m. And so the rest of the day, whatever happens, even if all of the day is filled with emergencies that you can't literally do anything else, you already had 3 hours of personal development, the things that are important to you. How great is that? I mean, Jesus Christ, it's so counterintuitive, but it's so stupid effective. And I tell you what, this week I felt like I've done more work than the last 4 months I was in the real estate business, and not only professionally, but I feel a better person. I feel more in touch with my family and friends. I don't know, it feels like everything got better, and it's great. Actually, I'm going to try and find here the link. If Amazon would load. But I guess maybe I gave you guys some curiosity. I don't know if you guys have Audible or not, but there's a look. Does that work? Does that work? Does that work? Wait, did this crash again? That's not it. That's not it. What's going on? Okay, there we go. There we go. So, if you guys want to give it a try, I don't know if you guys ever tried Audible, but I think if you sign up for Audible, you get a free audiobook, and you can use it to get that one. And as far as I know, you can also exchange books for other books whenever you want. But I actually, on Monday was when I started also trying to listen to the book, because I tried to sign up for Audible and all of my cards were being declined. I contacted support, and she was like, "Oh, I removed all of your cards. Try adding one again." And I did, and she was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to have to make a ticket. We'll contact you in the next few days." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I didn't listen to the audiobook on Monday. On Tuesday, I decided to contact support again, and the second guy, he actually went through a few things with me, tried the cards, and he was like, "Okay, try setting up a default payment card." I did. It failed. And he explained, "Okay, that's probably the bank. You will need to contact the bank to get it released and accept the payment." But he also said that he would give me one free credit that I could redeem for the book so I could start listening to it. And so that's what happened. So every morning now, I wake up, I eat, I exercise. All three of these things, if I did them, they would always be a big chore before. You know, waking up would always be weird, and like either the baby would start crying, which she doesn't always do, but sometimes, I don't know, she sleeps bad or whatever, or has a nightmare, I don't know. Or then my wife would get up earlier, and then she would start doing things, and then we would be running out of time, and so I had to get up in a rush. And more often than not, I wouldn't eat anything in the morning, and exercise was limited to basically walking to the car some days, you know. But now, like, I do all of those things. I listen to the audiobook in the morning. I listen to some Tom Ferry videos, usually related to what I will be doing today. So, for example, now it's 9:15. At 11 a.m., I'm going to take a look at the property. I'm going to talk with an owner. I'm going to get to know them, see the purpose for their selling, what they're looking for, what they need, and see if I would be an addition of help of any sort to that person. And if I can see that I could help him sell his house faster, better, or at the very least help take a lot of stress from the whole experience, then I will, I will explain to him what I do, and then we'll sign a contract, make a listing, and have it sold. If not, then I'll help him how I can. Even the other day, I went to a meeting with an owner that were selling a property, and I even got her, like, I made this document with the 4 best websites. Don't give money to people like you're talking about. I'm not sure what I get what that means, but yeah, don't give money to people if you don't people. So I went to this meeting with an owner that was selling a house, to get to know them and see if it would make sense to hire me or not. And I even got her. I made this document and printed the 4 best websites to sell homes online, by the owners. I made like a list with the images and a very short description of what each does. And I printed it out and I gave it to her. Like, even if you don't work with me, here you go. You can use these websites to help it sell better, because she was only using Facebook Marketplace. I later then found out that she was actually from a construction company. And usually construction companies, they either don't really work with agencies or they work with every agency at the same time. So that's not really the kind of business I want to focus on, because I want the people who I work with directly, I want it to be something very personal. Obviously, if I find a buyer for that apartment that I went there and saw, I will talk to a client that might be interested and I will give the referral, no problem whatsoever. But the way I want to work is this. I want to get to know the person. I want to see what their house is like, when they have to sell it, for how much they have to sell it, why, and work with them 100% in sync to help them meet those goals. Because the value of your property, like, it's one thing I started to notice that there's a big misconception is that usually people take a look at other homes on the market and then they look at their home and then they just either copy paste the price, or what usually happens is if you are the owner and you're selling your own house instead of going through an agent, what will happen is there's a tendency to put it like, this is the average price. You'll probably list it here. Why? Because it's your house, you have an emotional attachment to it, you see things other people don't see, you have memories other people don't have, and you tend to place it higher, which maybe you sell, maybe you don't. But let's say that even the average price, it really depends on what your goals are. Imagine that you have a house, let's say the average price, let's say you live in a street where every house is the same builder, the same number of bedrooms, of baths, whatever, and the average price is 200,000, right? But let's say that maybe you need to move to another state or another area or whatever in like 2 weeks. Maybe you got a job offer and you need to move now. Like, if you're going to put it at 200, then it might take a few months to sell, especially if there are other houses that are also selling. If you're going to put it at 250, good luck. You're probably going to have a for sale house. Well, you need to go and buy another one, probably on credit, because you won't have the money from that sale to go there. And yeah, but if, for example, if you really have urgency of going there, maybe you can put it at 190 or 195 to make it a bit lower, which one of two things will happen. Either you get the buyer quickly and effectively and you sell it because you have urgency, so you need to sell it, so the cost of opportunity would probably, those 5 to 10,000 might not be as valuable as the time you'll save, right? But another thing that could happen is if you put it below market price and you do a good marketing and you promote it to every agent you know, then there will probably be a lot of interest on that property, and everybody would make biddings and so on and so forth, and it can even get you a higher price. But the idea is this. I want to work personally with people. I don't want to just go to a person, okay, let's sign a contract, and you sign the contract with 3 or 4 other agencies and see whoever wants to sell it. No, I want to give 100%, and I want to work personally with people. And in that case, I will help that person if I can. But since it is a construction company and contracts and this and that, it's different. But I'll still try to add value. I don't know why rambled off into real estate. That's probably why everyone is leaving, which is fine. It's understandable. So before I go, because I still need to do a bit of preparation and some market research and all that before the presentation, is there anything anyone here would like to inquire me about that I could answer, either about my personal life or maybe about my real estate business or YouTube? MeTube. WeTube. Wouldn't it be funny if like China or Russia or whatever had like the WeTube? Because communism. Anyway, I hope you all enjoy this. If you have any questions, let me know. You can email me at madcowe@madcowe.madcowe. No, just kidding. It's madcowe@madcowe.com. But .madcowe might be cool. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all so very much for watching, and don't forget to smell the roses.